Welcome, Lights Out family, to another episode of the Out There podcast. This is the 10th episode of our Out There podcast. With me, KK. We have Cici.
Yeah, Cici here. Hello.
We have Sonia.
Hey.
How's everybody? The year of the snake.
Oh yeah.
Sonia's favorite lah. The year of the
Yes.
snake.
You got it.
Yeah. So people who don't know that Sonia love. Is it generally just snake or all reptiles or what?
I think all animals. I
All
love.
animals.
Yes, all animals, because I feel that sometimes humans are even deadlier than
yes.
than
Yeah.
some animals. So
Mm.
I prefer animals actually.
Yeah. No, I don't want to see too many snakes. I got a bit of phobia. Spiders too, scorpions,
Oh.
whatever with venom, just stay away from me as much as possible.
So people with venom, how?
That one, I wish I could develop a kind of radar or detector, But slowly you will know, their venomous state will come into realization. Then by then maybe a bit too late already. That's another day for another story. So today we have like a bumper type of episode, a lot of things to cover.
Oh yes.
Yeah, over the month of January. So Sonia and Cici went to a lot of places, and I myself, me and Sonia, we went to another place as well. So we will cover that later with a special guest. So who will be joining us in a while. So we'll start with the Parabex 6 in Desaru.
I've lost all count. If you say it's 6, then it's 6.
Yeah, six. Yeah, so this one I didn't participate because it was a bit too near to the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
So yeah, the chi might be a bit too low if I come up fresh from it.
Yeah.
But that's just old folks thinking lah. But how was the trip? Your drive in, right, Sonia?
I drove because so I've spoken about this before. When it comes to the planning of our tours, it's about managing more than just people. It's about managing budgets. It's about managing expectations and managing logistics as well. So for this particular one, it made sense for me to drive. But by goodness, even the driving up was an adventure, Gigi.
Ooh. So what happened? During the night drive itself or the return trip or what?
We drove up in the Saturday morning.
Oh, yes, Saturday
On a
morning, yes,
Saturday
correct, yeah.
morning.
Yes.
So, because when you drive in, you have to contend with the crowds, right, of Singaporeans that are driving in as well. So we were stuck for a little bit.
Wow. Mhm.
Yes, but my car has got a roof, like a cage, for you to place your bags and stuff. But I don't know whether you remember, but it was quite rainy in January. There was a lot of rain, wet
Yes,
weather.
it was because of the monsoon.
Yes,
whatever
but
you-
it's the tail end of the monsoon.
Ah.
So, I'm not a very tall person. So for me to put all that stuff up there, I cannot, right? So
All right.
somebody had to help me. Somebody had to help me. Okay,
Ah.
that's adventure number 1. Sonia too short, cannot reach. So tall people have to help.
Yes.
Then already put all the bags up top, and we had a ground sheet to cover all the bags. My bag is already weatherproof. I have a weatherproof bag, but not everybody has the kind of gear that I do.
True,
So we
yeah.
so we had a ground
The
sheet,
canvas.
to put on top, and then over it we put a net and secure everything down. Okay. Yeah. So thanks to my partner over here, he managed all of that for me.
Okay.
Okay.
In Singapore lah.
In Singapore,
was-
because Singapore side meet everybody already, then put everything, then off we go.
nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So of course it rained lah.
Was it a drizzle or really a downpour?
I was like downpour.
Mount
Actually, what happened to my
Pulag.
ground sheet?
Yeah, it's torn, totally torn. I think the torn part is another thing. The other thing is the flapping of the bags
The straps.
The strap is floating all the way on the bonnet, the car roof. It's like making
The roof lah.
wow, irritating.
So,
It will
it was
sound
quite
like
funny.
raining, right? If it's like the
No, I
so
think that one if we drive up during night time, I think it will be a bit scary. I feel that something is on the roof. Playing with all the roof.
so the canvas torn. That means some people's luggage got wet lah. I suppose.
Yeah.
Little bit,
Little bit, yeah.
Okay, so that's part one. So driving up, it's a nice scenic drive. There are things to see. In fact, you were with us when we went to one of the climbs where there's this big, huge suspension bridge. I think it was when we went to Mawa that side. No,
Oh.
yeah, yes, you were with us because after that. It was that hiking trip. But anyway, so it was along that same road and we got to where we needed to go, checked in early, went and did our recce of the site. So it was a great site. It was big.
So it's abandoned.
It's not abandoned.
resort.
It's incomplete.
Or incomplete resort.
Incomplete and then abandoned,
Yeah. So when we talk about resort, that means there's like multiple wings and then like
It's quite
other
huge.
kind of, it's a huge place.
It was slated to be a residential wing, and then they also had the resort or hotel wing to it. So I think there were at least 3 different sections to this massive structure. Foundations were all done. Some parts of it were about 4 floors. So there was a lot of ground to cover for this one.
Okay. So
But we did see a lot of baby beds that already decomposed, died.
ayo, bats
Baby beds.
on the ground.
It's a baby,
Ayo.
small one.
Okay. And this is like the darker part of the ground, or was it like scattered all over the place?
Some of the room only, right, Sonia?
Yes. So you see, the thing is, when we go for these Parabex tours, the daytime recce is for us to recognize the potential dangers
All right.
in broad daylight so that we can see clearly with the available light. But of course, because TJ and I are into flora and fauna as well, we're going to notice everything. So from the bats to the baby bats that are on the ground, and even an active, huge hive of bees.
Ayo. Oh,
Yeah. And I think the locals had been harvesting the honey because we found self-made ladders, yes, and the remnants of an old hive. So the thing is, how the hive works is it follows its queen bee. So if the queen moves away from the hive, all of the workers will move along with it. So we found a remnant of an old hive. We saw the new hive and evidence of the locals having harvested the honey. So I mean, this has got nothing to do with the Parabex. It's got to do with our personal interests in the.
Understandable. It's like sight and sounds of places, because the whole Parabex kind of thing is half, right? The urban exploration and also the paranormal investigation.
Yes.
So a lot of times we skew more towards the urban exploration part, which also might encompass things like about a bit of nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
and if you're with us, then for sure we are going to point these things out. It's like, hey guys, look at this forest gecko, or look at this, stingless bees, or whatever, because it's part of the environment that you're in. So we also want you to be aware of the danger of the bees, because if you were to go too close to the hive and they become defensive, you can get stung. So identifying the dangers during the daytime, that is a potential danger if you were to disturb the hive.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means local people actually go into this place to do honey
Honey
harvest.
harvesting. Yes. Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So
So, that I just want to be able to share that it's not always about the paranormal
yeah, yeah,
or the urbex. We come
mm,
across so many interesting things while
correct.
we're out there.
Yeah, which sometimes you won't be able to see in Singapore. That's for sure. I
Right.
can guarantee. Yeah, a lot of things you see in our neighboring countries are really sometimes a bit more dated to yesteryears. Sometimes just a bit different way of doing things from the other side of the world. Yeah. So
And of course, when it came to like the dead baby bats, you know who had to pick it up, right? Who had to pick it up?
yeah, souvenir lah, souvenir.
No, he's very fond of putting things inside his mouth. I was so glad he didn't.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
I got
man.
warned already. Don't put inside your mouth. Don't put inside.
Yeah. But then this remind me of that time when we were in JB. Sonia pick up a frog and then try to kiss the frog or something.
Yeah.
That,
I have photographic evidence. So
the frog was perfectly
no,
harmless.
no, the frog can be very poisonous also.
Only
I mean,
if they're bright and colorful.
yeah,
Those
true,
are that.
true.
Yeah. So this one is one of the. It was a tree-lined frog. Perfectly harmless. But I wouldn't put it in my mouth, lah. Just a
I,
little. It's okay. What?
I think it's equally bad. But so the dead corpse of baby bats. So so what does it indicate? That something happened to the bat population of this place, or but just a few scattered on the ground. That's all, lah. Yeah, it's not a mass kind of like burial ground. Yeah, if it is, then I will tend to connect to a bit of the supernatural kind of thing. Yeah.
No, but then I would have a logical explanation for that.
Okay. Yeah.
The numbers were not alarming. It didn't look like a very large population, were on the ground or anything. No. So sometimes because the bats hang upside down and the babies cling to their mums, right? They can fall off, and if they are not picked up by their mums or the mums are not able to get the babies to reattach, then the babies will die, lah. But if there was a larger number, then I would have been a little bit worried. There could have been disease
Correct.
that
Yeah.
was that had run through that population of bats. But no, it's just
But
that scattered
as
few.
as you guys mentioned that this place wasn't fully developed, so things like asbestos and whatever wasn't evident there.
No,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
no presence of asbestos.
Okay.
But asbestos is not really used in construction these days. Like you talk about asbestos, it was more in
Yeah.
the yesteryears. That
Yeah.
was a common building material of that time, present in and being removed mostly now in our black and whites from the British time.
Oh, was it that bad? Was it that far back? It seems like 80s, 70s. We still see, right?
Further,
No more.
further,
Okay.
further than that.
So this resort is also not that new, right? From what I heard, because Achik from TPC, he mentioned that he went previously many
Yeah.
years before. Yeah. So the place itself wasn't even really that new as well. So any backstory of this location, which we shall leave it unmentioned, but I mean, seasoned explorers within the region will know where this place lah.
Yeah.
So any backstory, because if it's not developed, there shouldn't have any kind of human activities unless for explorers like ourselves lah. So were there any stories you guys heard prior to that place itself?
I think I did some research, and I found out that they did mention that this place is being used as a place for them to collect a dead body during the. There's an incident happened on there. A boat got fired. I think a few hundred people got perished down there. So they collected all their bodies and put down there.
A ferry accident,
Boat,
boat collision. Then
boat
so
got
you
fire.
say okay, fire. Somehow like
So a lot of
Was
people
it
died, a lot of people died.
a
They drowned.
refugee? Was it like a refugee boat, like full
Something like
full
that.
of Indonesians, right?
okay.
And then it caught fire, and so this unfortunate mishap, there were a lot of dead from it. Yeah, but I guess it was like a makeshift
Chief
morgue
refuge,
kind of a thing. Yeah.
command and control center during the rescue mission kind of thing.
Yeah, because the resort is very close to the beach, and it's just offshore where that accident took place.
Were there a lot of graffiti and evidence of people stayed there? No.
Not much gravity, I think.
But we did see evidence of squatters because we found mattresses,
Okay.
blankets, some evidence of clothes.
Food wrappers kind of thing. Did yours?
The usual bottles. Yeah.
Okay. So
But why it was abandoned is very similar. The backstory of that is very similar to the abandoned housing development that we saw in KL.
yes.
Same thing. Same thing.
They promised
They were hit by the financial crisis.
financial crisis.
Yes, and they just couldn't complete. But progress of that building was quite far along because you can see they've started making tracks for the electrical, the partition walls, the concrete partition walls and the brick walls were already all up. So, and then there's a little bit of talk about redeveloping it or continuing to redevelop it, but based on nothing. Yes, it's quite a waste because it had come quite far along.
Was it near any? Because we are talking about Desaru, right? There should be quite a few more notable kind of resorts around that area. Is it near these resorts or it's like a bit further away? Or
further in? I think
further in,
right in the middle of the forest.
Okay. Yeah. So it was not guarded or anything, the place, or totally.
Are we going to make it so easy for everybody to go? Is it?
No. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. That's all. I mean, even the when we talk about Desaru, I think people will roughly. I mean, seasoned as Parabex, people will already roughly know where we're talking about, lah. So yeah. So, any okay,
without giving too much away, lah. Yeah. So when it came to this Parabex, there were several places that we visit because again, we've been there daytime. We've already identified during the day which sections we want to further explore and investigate at night. Now, we had also noticed that perhaps the local law enforcement or maybe even the army have probably used the place for some training.
Urban kind of warfare kind of thing.
Yes, we have those facilities in Singapore as well. And what made us notice that is the Nerf gun darts stuff. Is it not Nerf gun lah?
Similar. But that one is being done by some community that doing some kind of like warfare on their own.
Those
like
are
those
for
kind of games.
Yes.
Okay. But why I said army or some sort of law enforcement could have been using the place as a training ground is on one of the walls you could see like they had written some stuff out,
their ranking, their points, everything like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, stuff like that. I could be wrong. It could just be the teams of the people that go in and play these kinds of war games or something, but there was evidence of that. So it's not entirely disused.
But I cannot take. I mean, we just have to refer to our own Singapore type of military practices. if this is a military zone,
It would
they
have been
will
like cordoned off or something.
you
It's
will
not.
have warning sign and all this, you know. So I don't think that proper authority will just go in there for exercise without,
But
warning.
they do some training inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they don't want people lah.
They don't let people to go
Because
in.
I mean,
oh
we're not supposed to be there anyway.
okay. But yeah, true. But it even sounds to me like this is like it's free for all, you know what I mean? It still sounds like
Yeah. You know, most things in Malaysia are
mm,
what? Yeah.
yeah.
I'm so scared to say too much.
Okay,
And
okay.
at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't want to give you too little. You know what I mean? It's like I
Yes.
want to be able to share this with you because you know the nature of our Parabex tours.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how much is too much and then how little is too little?
Mm,
So
okay.
so
So,
anyway, as I was saying earlier, we go in to identify where it is that we want to focus on, the areas that we wish to focus on when it comes to the night investigation. And as we were walking through the spaces, there was a second wing that was behind the first one. The first one felt quite clean, but
Yeah.
it was going into the second one that I felt a heaviness, right? I've described this. My tell is there is a heaviness. I feel pressure,
your
and there
sinuses and yeah.
yes, and there was something calling, like
Mm.
asking, persuading us to go further into a certain direction at
It
this
was on
particular
the third
building.
floor. It's on the third
Was
floor.
it? Yeah,
Of the
because
second
we
wing.
came in from the roof. We walked the roof of a connecting section to this building, and yes, I do believe it was the third floor.
So that is
So,
where they did the live stream, I suppose.
Yes.
yes, because all of us concluded that we felt the same calling and pull to this one particular area. And since all of us had that same consensus to have that night investigation there, we did. That's where we returned at night.
Okay. So, from some of the pictures I saw was like it's like very open concept because, but even as you mentioned that there is a progressive level of development in the resort, so you will still have places that is just cover up, area of the
Okay.
building that's cover up, or it's like lights will penetrate through the whole building, that kind of thing.
No. So there are some walls. There
Mm-hmm.
were partition walls already to
Partition
demarcate
wall.
the rooms. But if you talk about being open along the corridors, there was nothing to stop you from falling off that corridor. There was nothing. It was just open. They hadn't finished that particular portions yet. So the corridors were open to the edges and out. That means if you fall, there's
I think
nothing.
during the daytime also we walk near to the wall because the wind is blowing quite strong down there. And we were
Yes.
like shifting all over to the edge of the places.
Yes.
Oh,
That's true. So it wasn't just a structural danger. There were
yes.
elemental, environmental dangers as well. Very strong winds because of the monsoon season.
Near
While
the
the
beach.
yeah, but the beaches, I'm not sure what people go to Desaru for, or if there's safer seasons because it was so gusty, strong gusty winds, and the beaches were these huge crashing waves. Nobody could go swim in there. I'm not sure what people go to Desaru
I, I,
for.
I think during my younger days, like Desaru is like one of the hot spots. Before people go to nowadays, they just go Thailand beach resorts. But in the past, Desaru is a pretty notable beach resort, that kind of thing.
So likely it's the season. You can't go
Yeah,
during
I
the
don't think this is
monsoon.
the season to go. Like, maybe a
Monsoon
bit.
season is not
Yeah,
advisable. I think that.
yeah, but nowadays we also cannot predict when is the monsoon season,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I mean,
So during
no,
the Parabex, when we went back at night, Then there were the doll and some of the equipment that was used. Yeah. They all like lit up and
Okay.
yeah. You know how you do the isolations
Yeah.
with the
So,
equipment?
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But
there was activity.
some activities, yeah. Okay. So, was it a long exploration in the evening for you guys? Till 2 a.m. That's all.
Until 1 a.m.
Yeah, because we started a bit late also. We started about 10 because they wanted that hour, about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
midnight. Because that's
Yeah.
when some of the highest activity that we've noticed is always during a certain time. There are patterns. But we have also, having said that, we've also been in other places where locals report incidences when day turns into night. So it's quite dependent on the place. So we began at
Okay.
about 10 and finished at about 1.
One. Okay. So that was the only location for this the smaller scale Parabex this time. I
Yes,
mean,
because it was such a big area.
yeah.
But other people have reported seeing different things, and not just from our parabex, but other paranormal
And
groups
and I think
have
this is the
also
what 7 Parabex that we had.
6.
six.
The upcoming one is a 7.
And among the 6, this is the best because we got breakfast.
Because we got breakfast.
Oh yeah. That yeah, I think I saw from the hotel, right? Yeah. So
Okay, so it wasn't such a terrible hotel this time. If you remember Parabex number
number
5,
5,
where
yeah.
everyone was complaining about the state of the hotel,
Yeah.
this was so much better.
Better.
So much better.
Was it
Yeah.
nearby the resort? I mean
No,
the this no. Or
no.
this some distance away.
Yes.
Yeah.
The place that we were initially looking at, this is part of the planning process. We didn't want to be too far away from the investigation site. It was full. So we had to go a little bit further off.
Oh, off season also full. Okay. So wow, interesting. Yeah, so
Fruitful. It was a fruitful trip. Wasn't one of our 2 day, 2 night ones.
yeah.
Yeah. And also because we didn't have to travel that far. We could afford to leave different times. But we keep inviting people. We keep saying, come and experience this with us. We always have
Yes.
so many questions and people are so curious. But how do you fully satiate that curiosity is you come and experience this with us. And
Even
then you fully understand what it is that we do and what it is we
As I
experience.
mentioned,
Don't just
like
watch
seeing
online.
the bee harvesting and all whatever dead bats. I mean, these are the whole point of Parabex is really not just the paranormal investigation. Is to see
Yes.
like people like my age. We always hear about Desaru and we never been there before. It's like, why not take an opportunity to just go and have a look at, just have to look at the place, all these locations within Malaysia, Indonesia that you have heard many, many times, but never really went until you go there and see for yourself what things are like. For example, the one at Batam, it was my first trip there. And it's like, and really eye opener. Not just the, not just the location, the Parabex location, but the whole town, the whole
yeah.
island itself. So yeah, and also the company of the people you're with lah.
Yeah,
You know.
but that's if you come on our trips because we're fun to hang out with, and we don't just focus on one aspect of the Parabex tour. We share whatever it is that we know, and we encourage other people to share that with us because it's a two-way street. Whatever I know may be something you don't, and
Yeah.
whatever you know may be something I don't.
Alright,
And
yeah.
in that, it becomes an enriching and fulfilling experience for us all.
And
So
no one knows everything. Everybody
there's no way.
yeah, everybody have their own kind of like, even maybe a not knowledge, but some kind of thoughts, some kind of feeling, some kind of vibe that you feel when you share. It's like, ooh, it's like everybody is like in the same trip. Different people got different experiences. And when
Yeah.
you share together, it become a full story. And if possible, we'll share it on this platform. If not, we will collect, and maybe one day the Parabex team will come up with some sort of special lah. I mean, looking at six trips, we should have a lot of things we can.
And we're definitely doing something right. Ahaha!
Hello.
Hey peeps,
Are you outside? You're in your car.
I'm currently in my car because my camera is not working on my computer, so I have to go and I'm gonna go and manage that in the next couple of days. How you guys going? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, a bit hollow, but okay. Yeah. So this is our special
We have
guest,
very
Mr.
bad,
Joseph De Cotta.
very bad
Now
connection here, so I'm
freezes,
sorry guys.
Yeah, it's okay. A lot of people are
Let me
yearning
just
to
try something. Let
see
me
you
just try
guys.
something if this works for you
Went
guys.
MIA for like
How
3
about now?
months.
Is that better?
Since November,
Is that better?
your last record.
Close.
Frozen.
Frozen. Never mind, let me come back first. Yeah. Okay, but we were mentioning. Okay, so the next, so the 6 Parabex is done with. We're talking about 7 one coming up, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, but
That's going to be the last for the season because the Muslim fasting month is upon us.
coming soon, yeah, and
Yes.
and February. So I think by the time this episode is out, we are like just on the eve of going for our next one. But as always, ask Sonia, ask Cici, ask myself, or ask the people on TPC if you're interested. Just some questions. Maybe you can't make it this time. It's like for myself, I have been asking people who have been interested to whether you want to join us. Yeah. So feel free to join lah. That's the bottom line. The next
Yes.
one.
We have a
Yeah.
regular pool of people
Yeah.
that that sometimes inquire. Usually, it's because of work or the other appointments and stuff.
Yeah.
We understand that, but these are the very same people that have come on our walks, that have come on our paranormal walks, and wish to explore with us beyond our shores. So. It's open to anybody that's curious about it. It's not necessarily just about the paranormal. It is if you're interested in exploring as well. And we're happy to answer questions about it and talk about it.
Is he back?
Sounds like it. The screen is dark.
Let's wait. Because the next part of our episode, we're talking about a trip that Cici and Sonia went to during the Chinese New Year. So maybe
We could talk about that later. And since Joe is here, we can do the Bau section first, the cave section.
Sure. But I think Joe will be interested with what you guys experience because because special guests. Because this place y'all go to is also very interesting. A lot of background history, which, is like something because in terms of paranormal or supernatural investigation, you will want to go to places with a lot of history.
Especially
Yeah.
dark history.
Yeah. So. Joe is not here. Maybe we just. Oh, he's back.
Oh, thank God I'm back. I've gone back to the room again, nearer to the
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. So sorry, guys.
Yeah, seriously, how would you expect the Perth internet connection to sustain your 5K recording, 4K recording?
No, bro. You see what happens? I went to the garage thinking that I could get better reception there. No, there's better reception in
That's
my
for
room
sure.
via Wi-Fi. So it's nuts, man. It's nuts. So I just have this on a tripod on my phone. So yeah. What have you guys been talking about?
Yeah, we started the episode. We're talking about our usual the Parabex or paranormal exploration with
nice.
with our association with TPC. So the last month they went to Desaru in Johor. Yeah,
Yeah, in Malaysia.
yeah. So
I see. I mean, first of all, hello to the lovely Sonia Corona. Hello to the handsome Cici.
Hello.
And hello to the equally handsome KK
thank you
Heng.
very much.
So yeah, forgot my manners for a while.
Happy Lunar New Year. So do you guys?
Kong he fuck Joy.
So do you guys?
Orange and ang paos.
Hey,
Hey, you're older than me, okay? You should be giving me ang pao. Thank you very much.
I think none of us.
Forgot,
None
right?
of us here are eligible to collect any ang paos lah. So yeah.
No, I think Sonia should give ang pao. Okay, lah. Token of $20 at $20.
So yeah.
Ang pao, not kung pao, okay?
So our before your reception went off just now, we were saying that a lot of people are missing you and Kim. So you guys have went on hiatus.
We are we have been for a little while. I think it started with Kim's and Shaz's wedding, and they've already announced it. So I think we can at least acknowledge it. A few of us went, and we kind of went. We had a good time, and now we're back. I've started work again, and so Kim started work again, and now that Shaz is living with him, so I think they're just reorganizing the house. So it's a little bit difficult, but we've got content ready, and we are going to be recording very shortly. So I'm certain in February there'll be an episode, the first episode of the year out.
All right. So fans of Lights Out Ghost Stories, please stay tuned. Join our Facebook group. You will be updated. Yeah. So
100%. See, I come down here, so Sonia just leaves straight away.
No, I needed to go get a pen.
Why did you get pen for?
Because I'm taking notes of certain things.
Oh, okay. As long as you're not like marking our test papers and stuff.
No, I'm oral. This is oral. I'm taking all the notes. Minus marks here, minus marks there.
Whoa.
She want to note down how many times you call her Machit.
Makcik.
Don't start, okay? I didn't say one thing. Cici was the one that called Machit. See, I throw Cici under the bus.
I mean, what to do? This is the year I turned 50. So, you know what? I have to embrace it. So.
Oh, wow. The year you turned 50.
Yeah.
You don't look a day above 35, Sonia.
Flattery. Not working.
Yeah, I know. It must try, lah. Sikit lah. Just try a little bit.
So, as you were mentioning, Kim and Shaz had their blissful wedding, spectacular wedding, which few of us here have the honor to join, to participate.
Yep.
Yeah. So, sorry.
First, a big congratulations to them.
Yes, congratulations. Yeah. So, yeah, they are our Lights Out family. So, we want to share the love. Then, but when we were in Sarawak, we have the opportunity to go do something a bit connected to our Out There podcast, right, Joe?
Yeah.
So
yes,
maybe
100%.
you can let the viewers know where did we go and the whole.
So, I'm happy to do so. So, I had always been in contact with Eric. So Eric's the guy that had tattooed me, and he is also the guy that had done a presentation when we had WAC all those years back. Yeah, I don't know if Sonia and KK and Cici can remember. We did WAC over which is What About Kuching. It's a huge cultural festival that is in Kuching, and he had several displays there, and he accompanied us on a few of the treks. This time around, I was like, oh, you know what? I'll give Eric a call and see what he's doing. Maybe we can go to I was initially thinking, let's go to Villa Adid again and bring you guys there because you guys haven't been there. But then Eric was like, oh, why don't we go to this cave? And the first thing I asked was, is there hiking involved? Is there a climb up involved? Because even though I'm fit, my body is not built for that kind of travel. Escalator, I'm fine. A short flight of stairs, I'm fine. Lift, I'm fine. Walking long distances, it's not my thing, lah. Okay, it's not my thing. However, he says, "Oh, don't worry. It's just a 1 hour drive, and it's just a short a short 20-minute walk, hike into the jungle, and there's this cave that has a lot of spiritual significance. Not many people know about it. And the cave also, he was going to do and conduct a ritual there. And his ritual was to collect all the, this is Eric, right? He's going to collect all the ghosts, right? Those that want to come with him, and take it back to his shop, where he would do merits in order to allow them to, perhaps move on to the next life. So,
Crossover, yes.
yeah, crossover, 100%. And I think that was on a Sunday night, but we couldn't go because it was raining, and we went the next night. And I think it was KK Heng, Sonia, and myself. Was that right? And Eric and two other guys, two of his
Yes.
friends / students. Yeah, yeah. So it was a long drive, but we made it to the freaking Borneo jungle in time. And KK Heng, I wasn't expecting that kind of thick bush. I don't think even Sonia loved it. Cici, I wish you were there to help a brother walk at the back, but man, it was a horrible trek for me.
Yeah.
Simply because it was very wet and we had to go up an incline.
So it's a gradual slope, but the whole slope is pebbles and rocks and from our
Freaking slippery rocks.
yeah our experience of climbing this kind of slope, if it's rocks, then jialat lah, difficult lah.
Is it full of
Because-
Yeah, and it was worse when
Sorry,
Is it full with algae?
because it's at night we cannot see, but
No,
I believe it is.
it
Because
was.
it's raining. It's
you think
raining.
so? Okay, I thought it was just raining and everything was just slippery.
No,
but
it was
rock is-
also.
Cici, but I think Sonia claims it's algae down there. But don't worry, that wasn't the start. The start was we went through this bloody
Pond.
undergrowth of like ferns and everything, and then we ended up in this area where it was just completely waterlogged. So there's a pond and a small little, I want to say a creek like a overflowing creek. And Sonia and I wanted to go and find a way around it, and there was no way. We just had to go through that freaking. I was afraid of leeches, snakes, and crocodiles. That was what I was worried about. Whereas
Snakes.
Eric and his friends, slippers.
Oh yes,
They walking in the slippers. They didn't give a
They
shit. They just walking in
there were
slippers.
slippers and shorts. The rest of us, we were
Yeah.
all geared up with our just short of hiking stick. That's all lah. But otherwise, it's like
Yeah. KK Heng had his kind of like his, what do you call it? The
like
headlamp, torchlight. Sonia had hiking stuff. I had jeans and I had hiking shoes. Eric looked like he was going to go downstairs for a plate of char kway teow.
yes.
That was how he was dressed. That was how he is 100% how he was dressed. I mean, am I lying, Sonia? KK?
no,
No.
Yeah.
exactly.
Cici,
Yeah.
he was dressed to go and get some char kway teow.
Yes.
And it's just like, I mean, if he's dressed like that, it can't be that bad. Oh man, it was half an hour of struggle, bro. It was half an hour through this leech-infested, crocodile-filled, bloody snake-infested pond. That's what we went through.
Yeah. And but in the end, we reached up the slope. We came to this cave itself.
So bad.
Um,
Yes.
maybe Sonia, you want to tell the viewers some history of this cave?
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's got a bit of a history in the sense that there were illegal miners, and they were digging for gold, and sometimes these very ill-constructed tunnels would cave in on them, and the bodies cannot be dug out. So a lot of times their energy, their souls are still stuck in there. It's an untimely death. So one of the reasons that rituals were being performed in there by Eric is to help these souls cross over. And that's why we went, to watch him perform ththese rituals and to feel the vibes of the place, to witness it for ourselves. So that's why we went.
Yeah.
we stayed there for about an hour or so, and to really fully immerse in the the surrounding of the cave. I mean, it's filled with dripping water and all the sound and the sight of the place. But I mean, you guys can feel the vibe. You definitely feel something is. For me myself, I'm just sitting there. I can start to see faces on these walls, shadows. I mean, it looks like could be my mind playing a trick on me, but that's what I saw lah.
Paradolia.
It was a
perhaps?
huge cave, though, bro. It was a big cave, right?
Very large structure. But
It was at least three
I did not
stories tall.
I did not feel anything negative in there. But that's also
Yes, no.
because
Yeah.
because the space is filled with crystals. There are veins and veins of crystals in the cave walls. And because of the vibrational properties of crystal, I felt it was very bright and light. There was very little dark energy about the place. I mean, that's my personal feel and my personal takeaway. And I had gone into one of the tunnels.
Yeah.
There's a tunnel?
I was behind you, all right? I was looking.
Sorry, there's a tunnel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
found one of the larger tunnels, and
Uh.
I didn't go all the way in. I just went in a little bit to have a closer look because you know how it goes horizontal and then it goes vertical. So I went in a little bit before it went vertical because I also wanted to see how truly dangerous are these conditions, and I didn't go beyond where I couldn't stand anymore. So.
She went in far enough, let's just say that, okay? She went in far enough that I said, Sonia, better come back. And then my heart's going because she goes, oh, look, there's this big lobang that goes all the way down. I can't see the bottom. Sonia, please come back. Please come back.
Oh.
You cannot say things like that in front of my partner, you know.
I think
Cici,
Cici
is this familiar?
Yeah. I think
This is very familiar to Cici, 100%. I can see him smiling. Smiling means he knows exactly what I went through.
but later they will share some of their experiences they had in Philippines. I think it's not really different from what we experienced as well.
Oh, really?
But anyway, you're talking about tunnels, right? Before we go into the cave itself, we can see small tunnel that is like vertically down kind of tunnel, right? It's
Yes.
Like mine
yeah,
shafts.
it's like one misstep is like you're gonna fall into the place, you know.
You're gonna die. No one's gonna be able to pull you out.
Yeah. So
And that's also because of the environmental the environmental aspects of it. It was very dark, it was slippery, and that's how if you slip, take a misstep, then you end up in one of the shafts. So
yeah,
this is not for everyone lah. Let's just
Yeah,
put it that way.
essentially you get shafted.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
You get shafted.
But so when we
Chengu
were there,
disapproves.
we were there an hour. Then we let Eric and the two friends. You guys want to say they are from a special tribe or
They're Iban.
They're
Iban.
Iban.
Yeah.
Iban.
So
Iban.
very interesting. Because I was with them, so they were mentioning about their views about religion and all this. Very interesting people. And
What did you find interesting about their views? Anything did they say anything that was
it's like
that's noteworthy?
they believe in all sorts of religions. So we're talking about Christianity and all this thing, and it's like they feel like they are more towards that kind of thinking, but they are not Christians per se. So then a lot of their practices, I think I sort of forgotten a lot of things that they told me lah. But in conclusion, I find that they are very interesting.
A lot of their beliefs, most of their beliefs were quite animistic actually.
So that indigenous
spirits
people
that
of
dwell
Borneo.
in Well, there's several types, right? You've got the Iban, then you've got the Iban are headhunters, so they are the most fearsome. Then you have those. What are the others, Joe?
You got the Orang Ulu, you got the Karasan.
Yes,
Karasan
Karasan.
is more the Sabah side. Then and you have the if I'm not wrong, the Panan there as well. Then you have the Bidayu, which part of
The
my
Bidayu, yeah.
ancestry comes from in Sarawak.
mm.
So the Bidayu were more of the land-based Dayaks. So they were all headhunters, whereas the Ibans were more of
Mountaineers.
the river and seafaring
Okay.
river and seafaring. Yeah, so they were really good on the river, and I think they just fought with one another, killed one another, intermarried with one another, took one
Yeah.
another's heads.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that was going on.
Thankfully, no more.
Well, several years ago, some of them actually reverted back to headhunting practices when there was an influx of migrants from a certain island onto Borneo. There was a bit of cultural and civil unrest. Several actually reverted back to taking heads.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
they really
yeah.
went to
go have a look online.
dismembered
Yeah,
people's heads.
I can see if I can find it.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were essentially at war.
But this is because they are fearing that people are
Oh,
like taking over their lands, that kind of thing. Is it?
And it's usually
So
over
this is what was
resource.
called it was the Sampit conflict, and it was an outbreak of inter-ethnic violence in Indonesia. Thank you very much, Google. The conflict started in the town of Sampit, central Kalimantan, and spread throughout the province, including Palangkaraya. And the conflict took place between the indigenous Dayak people and the migrant Madurese people from the island of Madura. I'm pretty sure it may have. I thought it actually moved over to Sarawak, but maybe I was wrong. But I know that at least in central Kalimantan it did happen.
Okay.
They reverted back.
What year was this?
This was actually in 2001.
Oh, not too long back. Yeah.
About 20 odd
Yeah.
years. About
Yeah.
20 odd years ago.
Yeah, the Dayak just went, you know what? Fuck this. We're going back to our traditional practices, and they took hits. They reverted back to cannibalism, which often involves cutting the hearts out and eating it.
My
Because
goodness.
there's a very strong belief that when you ingest the heart of an enemy, you invest
Correct,
their
correct,
spirit,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
also
yeah.
take their
They take over their soul.
take their courage as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Lucky.
Yum.
We didn't encounter the. But as you say, like, it's Kalimantan. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the island of
So,
Borneo, you've got.
So we are there for an hour. Then Eric went through the whole process of collecting the
Making
soul.
Yes. Making offerings, right? Doing good deeds, merits. And he spoke about it. Like not all of these energies out there are evil. You have some which are wandering spirits. And what he does is he tries to help them move on by encouraging them to follow him home. He's got such an interesting studio. If you've ever been to his studio.
He does. It's lovely.
So actually,
Yeah, you know how Cici takes home nails, right? Cici takes home nails. Eric takes home a Pontianak.
No,
I will not stay there one night.
I think you guys will
Bro,
be the best of friends.
but you know one thing, Cici, right? His studio has a lot of he's got minyak dagu. He's got like the Kumantong figurines. He's got a severed finger that was hanging on his freaking necklace that kept poking me in the arm. He's got all those things. But you know what? In his studio, even though he's got all this stuff lying around, there is no bad feeling there. Absolutely zero bad feeling there at all. What it kind of suggests to me, I think, is that he's probably very real in what he says. That he's not there to take these spirits and to use them for nefarious purposes. He's actually there to help them move on. And he's as I've said this before, he's that kind of guy that it's very hard to be around because the Pontianak will appear in front of him. He'll be going, "Don't worry, you just come with me, lah. I will help you. I will pray for you and I'll do merit for you. That's okay. You don't have to worry. Just come with me."
He
He
is so calm.
How to make friends with people like that?
He's very
has-
soft-spoken. Yeah. And he has a lot of stories that he could share. So if we have like Joe, if ever managed to like stay in Kuching for like maybe a week and to collect all of Eric's story, I think you can come out with a book. It's amazing. It's a really amazing, a wealth of
Quite a
knowledge
bit.
about. I mean, a lot of idea because he come in contact with this kind of the good deeds that he's been collecting, the good karma that he's collecting. So a lot of
Yes.
impression he had. He didn't talk about ghosts in a very it's always very positive way. Even Pontianak that he mentioned to
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
he said that we have misunderstood the intention of the Pontianak for the longest time, that kind of thing. So it's even like for that half an hour in the car, you like hear a lot of very interesting concept that Eric managed to tell us. Yeah.
Which is why I think that Cici would
Yeah.
be very happy to spend
So,
time with
what's the
Eric.
misconception of Pontianak
Pontianak.
for,
Because
for him?
from what he's just said that it's they are normal female ghosts lah. Not that they are vengeful or they are out to um, from what our concept of seeing in movies, in TV series.
Long teeth,
Uh,
go, hisap darah, suck blood, nothing like that. It's just they're just spirits. They do dress. They have long black hair as well. They have the white clothes, but they're not the type where they said she's sitting on top of the banana tree and she's out to get people. No, they're just lost wandering souls. Sometimes they can be a little bit fierce because they
Misunderstood.
are maybe they're in a state of anger or fear. But he says it's not like what you would see in Pontianak Sundal Malam or all those shows. It's not like that, he was saying. But
But that's
he says
that's
there's two
all.
types that he's seen.
That's a stereotype.
Yeah.
100%. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's only two colors that he's seen: the white dress and the red.
The red,
if I'm not
yeah.
wrong.
Which is synonymous lah. The red always symbolize like want to take revenge, that kind of thing.
Red's an
Yeah.
angry
Yeah.
color. So
Yeah. So
yeah, but I think the way they appear to us is influenced by cultural affection as well. Like
Definitely,
how we picture them, they will manifest as that. So what we see in the movies, what we see in pictures, all of this, like the social aspects of it have been heavily tainted
correct.
by the need for entertainment to hype up horror stories and stuff. I mean, that's how I personally feel about it. And I share Eric's view that many times these entities are misunderstood.
Like people lah. We can be very
Yeah,
misunderstood.
I-
actually.
100%.
But
No, but for me,
No, I
like-
put my hand up simply because. Sorry, keep going.
Chichi?
yeah, for me,
Cici?
it's like kind of confusing for me because Pontianak, they are there to revenge because they are being
Right.
killed, they're being murdered, they're being.
Correct. Yeah.
But you to tell me that they are peaceful kind of entities.
No, I don't think
think
the
not
word
all.
is peaceful lah. Not the word is not peaceful. Is
just
they-
like you would have evil people, you would have evil demonic
Yeah, but
entities.
if you say that
And then
there's a good entity which should have been crossed over to the other side, one.
I think sometimes you're stuck for various reasons.
Why they are stuck in the
yeah,
world?
that's why for Eric it's like he needs to bring them to the other side, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you
So
are-
sometimes-
yeah.
So I don't know if he's saying that they are good entities. So I think he's saying that there are this class of entities that he's seen that most closely aligns to this idea of the Pontianak, and that in I think he counts from the Buddhist perspective where when an entity is engaging in acts that are not good, it's not necessarily evil. It's just that they're acting out of anger, out of fear, out of all those things. So I think there's a subset of entities that are like that. But he also says there are another subset of entities that are also they're less garang. So you know what I mean? They're not going up there to hurt. They maybe just like they float around, they disturb here, they disturb there, but not necessarily out to harm someone. That's his conception of it, lah. I can't say anything because I haven't seen a Pontianak. I haven't seen anything like that in my life. So I have to take someone's like I have his experience. I have to take his word. If someone else see no, I see a Pontianak on top of my because that's the same thing with my family. My family have had a very different experience with Pontianak. My mom has told the story of her uncle who used to sleep outside of a home in the backyard, right? And he didn't like my mom and the other kids like to go out there. He says one day he came in, he says, turn around, have a look at my back and have a see. And they saw they kena chaka. So he's got like scratch marks on that. He says there's this thing, it's almost like a blanket, and he says it comes and attacks him. So again, that my uncle said that but I haven't seen it, so I'm about as psychic as a lump of wood lah. That boleh lah. I got nothing lah. I got no sense. So, but again, an interesting perspective and one that I've never heard before. So,
But I think what Eric said also doesn't really encompass every.
No, because
Yeah.
there would be subclasses even, right? There
Definitely,
would be
yeah.
some sort of a hierarchy, just the way, and I've said this before as well, where that realm that exists, right? They have their own sets of systems, subcaste even, you know, levels of energy and intention, and some of them are stuck for various reasons. We can talk about this till the cows come home. I think it's extremely interesting
Yeah.
that a whole other realm exists that could be very similar to ours. Even like how we talk about the Bunyan, even though time exists differently for them, it doesn't mean that they don't exist as communities, as families.
I mean, people
it's
can
a
just disappear
parallel.
to their plane of existence and just don't come back. But
So similarly for spirits or these, some are lost souls, some are wandering spirits, and then you've got the more demonic kind. So how they manifest, in my opinion, is how we are culturally affected as well.
yeah,
How we are influenced in visualizing them. But I think there are many types.
yeah.
okay. On a separate lighter note, I'm sorry, KK Hing, to kind of like derail this. Right, I have a question for all three of you. Maybe starting with Cici first. If you passed away and became a hantu, what kind of hantu do you think you'll be?
Me,
Cici first.
become pocong.
You okay, pocong ah? Lompat sini, lompat sana.
Now you find me. Where is the pocong? Where is pocong?
So good. 1 minute on top of the tree, next minute at the bottom, then behind. Oh yeah, tak boleh. I scared my own self.
No, I think that's where's Cici lah. By that point, it's really where's Cici. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, where the hell's Cici?
Yeah.
Become pocong, I say pochi. It's a new ghost, pochi. Actually, sorry, is that a bad word? Did I say a bad word? No, right?
Sounds like
I didn't,
it.
right?
Sounds like it.
It's like something. It sounds like a bad word, right? It sounds like a really bad. Sonia, I think I know what you'll be, but Naman, you tell me what do you think you'll be?
Okay, I want to hear what you think I'm going to be. You say first.
No,
You say like,
You say first.
No, I'm not going to, because this is how I open my mouth and I get into trouble.
Yeah, you get
this is my
stabbed
problem in
with
life.
pen. That's what happens. Who needs a bloody knife?
Okay.
Actually,
So
I've
what will you do,
never
Sonia?
really thought about it. If I came back, how I would come back as.
I'm asking you to think now.
sorry, Joe. Yes.
Frozen.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking her to think now. What would she be?
Which entity she wants
First
to
thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Nothing comes to mind. But I want to hear what you boys have to say. How do you all think I'm coming back?
I think you definitely will not stay in the urban kind of setting. You will be with the forest, with the nature, that kind of thing.
Like a forest spirit.
More with water. You always say that you are very attracted to big body of water. So you might be like a water ghost, that kind of thing.
Yeah, she'll stand in the middle of the lake. Masuk dalam. Mari sini. For those who don't understand, masuk dalam is come
Come
in,
in.
come into the water, come masuk dalam sungai.
Cici, what do
But
you think?
Sonia, macam nenek kemanian lah.
Ah, nenek kemanian.
What do you call nenek? Nenek what? Yeah.
Nenek kembayan.
It's,
my
it's
goodness.
so, is it a feminist thing? Just because I'm a woman, I have to come back. How do you know I'm not going to come back as a manly, masculine energy? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cici. Huh? Cici?
Masih masih
What?
masih.
Hantu makcik.
Oh my goodness.
That's a new one.
Joe, you lah.
We got Pochi, we got hantu makcik.
Go ahead, say this.
So,
Makcik
do you
keropok
know what I think
lah.
you would be? Do you know what you'd be? Because you're such an angel, I think that when you die, you'll just ascend to heaven straight away.
Oh.
You try to carry it.
Boleh tahan, ha?
Where did we get that
Absolutely. My name's getting longer.
Candles.
Okay.
Suddenly
I
got
was going to
boxed.
say two things. Don't get angry, huh? Don't get angry, huh? I was going to say, what do you Pontianak, hantu titik? Either of them. Either of them.
How about
You see, this is why I remember I didn't want to offer this. You forced me to go and say what hantu you'll be. And then I say you're like bidadari, like an angel. Then Cici look at me like he don't believe. KK look at me like he don't believe. So now I have to say something. I have to say something a little bit controversial.
oh my goodness.
Well, you see, for me to come back as all those, I would need some sort of reason, right? To be so upset and so angry that I cannot cross over, that I have to hang on to these negative feelings and then come back as those and seek some form of revenge or want to torture humans and all. I mean, it's like, why? What reason could you guys possibly think that I want to come back as those?
Oh, we could think of thousands and one reasons.
Yeah, quite a few now. But let's not say it here.
Yeah,
Let's not say it here.
If you know, you know. But if
If you know, you know.
if it's me, I think I'm more like those kind of like Toyo kind of ghost lah. So we'll go and help people to steal things, that kind of thing lah. I think.
I almost want to say Kumantong.
A bit big size for Kumantong lah. Just now here got one lah.
Never mind lah. Just the big head, small body lah. Like that, you know, big head, small body. Like that, big head, small body. Big head, small body.
So you see, this brings
Then you
me this brings me to that next point. How do they become? How do these lost souls or wandering spirits become Nenek Kebayan, Makcik Keropok, even the Kumantong? It's like, what is their evolution? You know,
Yeah,
doesn't it make you think? It's like, how do they get from suddenly being a disembodied spirit, yeah, to then evolving into something like a Pontianak or
Yeah.
a Hantu Gala or you know, Makcik Keropok or whatever. It's like how, yeah, how? It's like, what is required? How much hatred is required, or you know, how much clinging to this mortal world where you're not able to cross over?
Or could they
That's-
These attributes.
That's to me extremely fascinating.
Or could they be victims of like black magic kind of thing? So when they die, they were like entrapped, you know, because of the curse that is set on you. Yeah.
Could it even be generational? Could it be
yeah.
something that's passed on where you cannot? Yeah. So
Interesting. Yeah.
can you imagine if we're able to have a conversation, let's say, for instance, through a medium, where we can have conversations or interview with a spirit? I think that would be so interesting.
Yeah. Then we'll struck gold by then. You know.
Well, if you know anyone, then you know anyone out there who is able to, you know, contact the spirit world and set us a Zoom meeting with a Pontiana or Toyo. I would love that. That would be perfect content. but no one has. And let's try to organize that.
No, I mean, even if they speak through a medium, that would make for
Yeah,
an interesting conversation. I mean,
But you know what? I think I take a more I want to say scientific because it's not, but I think that a lot of these beings appear according to maybe your perception on what they should
Yeah.
be. I think it's I think
absolutely.
it's I think they manifest according to your own beliefs, in your own belief
Yes,
structure, which is
correct.
why if you have say someone from Norway has never seen, even if they come to Malaysia, a toyol, because I think that's not in their cultural consciousness.
No.
But
You
they
know,
would see it
or maybe
as it would appear as something else that they would be familiar to, what I call the
yeah,
cultural affection.
yeah, yeah. Another perspective is that perhaps the land that those cultural affectations exist shape the entities that are within that land. So, for
Yes.
example, someone from Norway may come to Malaysia and may see a toil simply because belief in a toil is very strong in Malaysia, whereas he's very
In
likely never
Asia.
going to see a toil in Norway. Yeah.
That's,
So maybe it's the person that beholds them.
I think that was this question also same thing like I was asking whether you guys have Pontianak in Perth as well, you know, or
But the Asian
We we
community
we, we
is
actually
big
do.
and strong there, so
Yeah.
they've brought their beliefs to a different land.
Yeah.
So it's them.
I've got a friend, my friend Zul, and you might remember him from the Ghost
the
Cat,
cat video, right?
the
Yeah.
video. Yeah. And one thing about Zul is there's a Pontianak living in the tree at the back of his sister's house.
What are you waving
There
around?
you
A
go. They've seen
wand,
it.
is it?
I no, it's not a one. It's not what you think. It's
Tripod.
it's just a collapsible selfie stick.
He was waving it
I'm just
around.
very fidgety today. For some reason I'm just very rigid. I like doing this. I need to fidget with something. Welcome to
ADHD,
ADHD.
ADHD. Yeah. So
Can't help it. I'm
think
sorry, I'm
so
putting it down.
we can.
So that was no. I was just wondering. That's all. Go by
Yeah.
all means. Continue to conjure up whatever you need to.
So that so the cave expedition that we went at Bau Sarawak is for personally for me it's like the first time I actually went to these kind of caves, and I was a bit jittery lah because I don't know about the terrain, so I didn't know that there was multiple tunnels within the cave itself. Thank goodness I didn't even want to know all these tunnels. But yeah, it's an interesting kind of expedition that we went to, and it's quite calming kind of thing. So maybe we want to take the opportunity that because we were discussing among ourselves, the Lights Out team, that maybe Sarawak would be a nice place for our next Lights Out kind of event.
Dark tour. Yes. So we did do something rather similar before, Joe, where we had gone
Yes.
into a
Sunny
cave.
caves.
Yes, but that was in Sarawak. So we are now talking about, and this is good to speak about right now, that we should do a dark tour in Sarawak because there are many places for us to explore. I'm not going to talk so much about those places right now, but there are so many elements and places that we can go to
So
from a dark tour type of experience.
Perspective.
we are envisioning we'll take about a year to sort of like plan, and because we of our multiple contacts we have within Sarawak itself, so it's
Yeah, so something to look forward to and look out for.
people, viewers in Singapore like ourselves. It's a 1 hour flight to Sarawak. Yeah, Cici, have you been to Sarawak before? No. Yeah.
I'll bring him. I'll bring
Mesti
him.
pergi, bro. Mesti pergi.
But
Tak mau.
no, but aside from the all this dark tour that we were talking about, the place is beautiful lah. A lot of good food, and
Lovely.
even the good food, even the Chinatown, we already spotted one place with the burnt shop house, right, Sonia?
Yes.
There's 3 burnt shop
there's-
house.
It's 4 in a row. Burnt, recently burnt. I mean, I've been to Sarawak several times, and I think it just happened quite recently because the prior time I was there, the shop houses were still intact and up, But this time,
Yeah.
lots to explore in Sarawak. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So the place is big and a lot of both the urban side and the nature side because of the Borneo forest.
Yes.
So we
And you
are
get to try some foods that you would not have any exposure to. Food that is so unique to Sarawak.
correct.
Rice wine, traditional Dayak fare. So
Yeah.
if you missed our Bali tour, which a lot of you have, please do not miss the Sarawak tour that we hope to have sorted out sometime next year.
Yeah. So from this point onward, we will be planning, and so um, if you guys have more inquiries, we are
Yes.
here to
Or
yeah.
indicate interest. Go ahead and indicate interest already.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something to look forward to lah. And yeah. So that's our little adventure in Sarawak, which is fantastic. A lot too much alcohol lah, I think. Joe.
Oh yeah, I got very drunk together with Alvin.
Yeah, Alvin de Cruz.
Alvin and I were stumbling around the streets. Unfortunately, we were quite inebriated. But it's medicinal, so it's okay. It's medicinal.
Medicine.
Tuak is medicinal. Why Cici look at me like that, Cici? It is macam medicine, bro. It's medicine. It goes inside, it cleans out, and then keluar.
And you might as well drink hand sanitizer then.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sonia. You see, this is why you'll become a Pontianak. This is exactly why.
No, but the
100% why.
whole plot thing is also very interesting because the whole story is like we went for a drink. So when I'm looking through the menu, then there was because the day before we had and it's a small bottle. See? So I look at the price. Oh, 3 small bottle for like 6 of us. Okay lah, 3 bottle lah. Then the bottle is like that.
Jeez,
Like-
one of those huge.
1 liter bottle. Then it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think we finished about 5 or 6 of those
Yeah,
bottles.
we ordered
but
more.
over for a few people.
Yeah.
I was very very inebriated, and I got hit on too as well
By a man. By a man.
by a freaking man.
But thank goodness.
See,
He was in love with your facial hair.
Yeah. But that's
Who isn't, Sonia? Who isn't?
But that's adventures lah. Once again, whatever little adventure that we went to is, I gotta emphasize a lot of strange people, strange ongoings, not just the paranormal side. Speaking of paranormal
Very
side,
much so.
Sonia and Cici, recently you guys went to another neighboring country, right? But the sole purpose was for a climb? No, that was not the sole purpose. So the climb is secondary.
I mean, you try to take advantage of the holidays, right? It was the Chinese New Year holidays.
Yeah.
Many companies had extra days off. So we wanted to make full use of the holiday period. So you don't have to take so much leave. You take maybe 2 days of leave, you get a 9-day holiday.
Really, man?
For some for some companies,
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because this year the Chinese New Year start on the Wednesday, so usually people already stop work on the Monday, I suppose. Yeah. For some
Yeah.
smaller companies, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys went to Manila.
We went to the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Yes.
Philippines.
Which
Was
is
virgin trip for me. I've never been to the Philippines.
So how was it? Where do you go to? What happened? Yeah.
Well, I think we went hike
What-
to Mount Pulag first, right?
Mount Pulag.
That's the first in all the mountains. I think that I went at the first orientation that they included
Ah,
spiritual
Oh.
kind of thing.
okay.
Yeah. The orientation is quite nice,
Mm.
It was an hour long, and they take in this region that we were at. They have an indigenous tribal hill people, and they take great pride in jagaing or watching over this mountain
it.
because the mountain to them is sacred.
Sacramental.
And because it is sacred, they invested a lot of time, of money, in ensuring that we don't desecrate any part of this area. And their briefing was so in-depth that they'll tell you, you cannot hold hands, no displays of affection. You're supposed to revere this mountain. So nothing disrespectful. Because you do read of foreigners in Bali
Oh, yeah, yeah.
who pose naked or desecrate the mountain in some
Alright.
way or other. So it was a very comprehensive briefing. It was an hour long. It's the longest briefing I have ever. It's longer than my briefings, but it's the first in-depth orientation briefing where they covered spirituality as well, and they mentioned certain aspects that were very new to me. I never heard these points being touched on. They said, hold on to your faith. Don't commit suicide there.
Yeah, to pray when you
Yes.
reach the summit.
Yes. So I've never heard these being said on any of my briefings and orientations before. So it was quite eye-opening. And they spoke about suicide, don't stray off the trail. These are things that I tell people when they're hiking in Malaysian forests, like stay on the trail, don't listen to the whispers, So to hear it in the Philippines, where they touched on the spiritual safety, emotional safety, physical safety, all of that, right? They spoke about all of that, and that's very normal. But to touch on the spiritual, that's quite rare.
Yeah, very interesting. And even like what you're mentioning now is not something alien from what we have discussed previously with regards to straying off or listening, hearing people calling your name on the mountain, that kind of thing, right?
Or to speak about it so blatantly and openly, you don't hear that very often amongst ourselves. Those that are a little bit more in the know, we talk about it. But for the uninitiated, especially the general climbing community, to touch upon it, to touch upon the paranormal, to touch upon the supernatural, I've never heard of it before. So Gigi and I looked at each other and we went, wow.
Wow. No, but
Abe.
but he's serious lah. The orientation lead,
The lady,
when he-
yes,
when
the
she
rangers.
was rambling on all this spiritual side of the climb. She's not she's like dead serious. So she
I
expect,
felt like I was at church. They almost made us hold hands and pray.
okay. Oh, interesting.
That bad or that good?
Depends, I guess, on how
So
spiritual you are.
focused was when they.
Yeah. So it was
Wow.
interesting, and they focused a lot on how sacred, the reverence that we have to pay, the amount of respect, how to behave on the mountain. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And they've had people go missing before.
Oh.
So
Yes.
they have every reason to emphasize the points that they did, because they've had people go missing on these mountains.
So were there any guides when you guys climbed the mountain?
Not just guides, we were assigned rangers.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. But I have to give
three rangers.
3 rangers. So I have to give props to the forestry department. The trails are amazingly kept. They were clean. The rangers were very professional. Not just maintaining the mountain, but also these give jobs to the local villagers, from the homestays that we were staying in to the support teams to the rangers. So it was a very cohesive experience for us. And then because I've never been to the Philippines, I've never climbed in the Philippines. This first one completely impressed me. So much so that we're going back. Yes. As well.
Yeah.
Where is Cici? He's not there.
So
It disappear.
beside the mountain itself, there's something else that you guys went, and it's a very interesting place.
Yes. So there were several sections to the trip, and because we were there long enough, we wanted to explore Intramuros.
The wall city.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty big place.
Oh.
I look at the,
It's
the
huge.
map on Wikipedia. It's quite a big place, right?
It's,
It's bigger than Singapore, I think, for sure.
no lah,
Yeah.
bukan.
No, no,
The
no.
No,
But
Intramuros,
not,
Intramuros, no,
no,
not it's not larger than Singapore, but
but the whole
big,
place is
and
walled up.
it's like a fort wall
Mm.
that have protected the city, and it is a port city because the. So you have to know a little bit about the history of the Philippines. They are a cluster of islands, and before the Spanish came and colonized this cluster of islands, they all ruled individually in a very tribal, feudalistic kind of society.
Mhm.
So each island would have its own set of governance, its own ruling monarchy, if you want to call it, its own heads. And they had their own customs, their own practices, their own dialects. And it wasn't until Magellan came along and claimed this cluster of islands for Spain that it became the Philippines.
The 16th
This was
century?
15,
15.
15th
1500.
century.
15, I think is the Sultan.
Before that, it was more of the Malay archipelago type of. They had a sultan.
Okay.
And then even Brunei had part of the Philippines at one time. So that goes
I heard
before
that.
the 15th century. I think Sultan Sulaiman, was it? Did you?
Sultan Sulaiman,
Was it
yeah.
Sulaiman?
Sulaiman.
Yeah. So very rich history, a very rich culture, but one that is steeped in a lot of bloodshed.
Yeah.
Now, the Philippines share many of the lore and legends that we are familiar with, and that's because we're all part of this larger Malay archipelago, right?
Yeah.
So even some of the words are similar,
Yeah.
and then if you look at features, even
I think Fort Santiago, there's a lot of death or things that happen within the archipelago. Then the Chinese who took over then I think
Wow.
Spain, then after that British, America, where they had a lot of fights or war down there
So,
before Manila took over.
so the Fort Santiago itself, the whole place is built by the Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But Chichi,
So
you're saying the
They
bloodshed
were colonized
happened
by them, mainly.
before the Spanish came.
Bloodshed happened before the Spanish came. During
Oh.
the Malay archipelago, I think it's been attacked by Chinese Lim Mang Hong or something.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. From China.
I'm not so sure about that.
Maybe
So
part-
you have to understand that people are always going to fight over resources.
Resources,
And
yeah.
if you're an island rich in a certain resource, then you are going to attract the envy of other islands and other colonizers. Now, the Spanish were in the Philippines for about 300 years. Then you had the Americans come in and fight the Spanish. Then you had the Japanese during the Japanese occupation. Yeah, British as well, and then you've got the Japanese. So at every juncture, at every war, you have people die. There's going to be bloodshed as they fight over the same resources, right? The Spanish had built this wall city, this port wall city, to keep their interests protected. So when we were walking around, and we walked most of this wall because I was very interested to see how big this place actually was. During the Japanese occupation, so much death, so much war. We can approach this in stages in the history of the Philippines. You've got the Spanish, then you've got the Americans come in, and then you've got the Japanese. But the place that we found the most intriguing and dark has to be Fort Santiago, where 600 people were forced into very cramped conditions by the Japanese. And they
During
were
the World
mostly
War.
Chinese, by the way, during the World War. This is in 1942, where they were forced into very cramped, unhygienic, dark, damp conditions because the dungeon is lower than the river, the water level. So where 600 people crammed into these small spaces, they all died. All 600 people died. Under terrible conditions, died horribly. We saw pictures of corpses infested with maggots, bloated, and
Oh,
in, in, in terrible, terrible states. But aside from seeing these pictures, it was a palpable atmosphere of despair. I was very affected.
So
Yeah,
you
because
guys
when
really
we walk towards the tunnel also, I think the vibes is very bad down there also. It's kind of
Yes, it's
full.
the vibes.
extremely heavy
For
because these
sure
people
lah.
died without reason, being tortured, being, and you've heard about this. It happened in Singapore as well. The cruelty of the Japanese
No, but I
at
cannot
that time.
imagine 600 people crammed into
Small
because
spaces,
if you are
dungeons,
if you are like in a very soggy place, we heard of diseases like cholera, dysentery, that kind of thing.
cholera. Yeah,
So yeah, slowly you're just gonna eat off people's mind. Sometimes like within tight spaces, it's like imagine 600 of us just crammed into one small space. You will surely just like slowly start to fight among each other, that kind of thing.
yeah.
So you guys actually went into the place where the 600 people were.
it's been made into like a museum.
My goodness.
You can walk into it, but they consider it hallowed ground. So you're expected to be serious and
Of course,
quiet and pay
yeah.
respect to the fact that so much has happened in that space. Then when they were discovered and liberated by the Americans, they took these corpses and then there was a mass grave, an unmarked grave where these 600
600.
corpses and bodies were buried. It's extremely sad.
Yeah.
But these
Anywhere
would
that has
be
death at that scale is going to be horrible.
Yeah, for sure. And the land itself is already filled with so much bloodshed and deaths.
We can see all the bullet holes,
Mm.
bombing the
So
wall there.
Oh,
the
no.
the fight happened at Fort Santiago itself. The gunfight.
everywhere. So there were airstrikes, then there were invasion on land as well, by sea, because this is at the side of the river and the sea. So on every front, Manila has been faced with so much death. And I can't even begin to talk about the amount of suffering that the Filipinos have undergone, this poverty. Even as I talk about it, I feel so affected.
Yeah. So it was a trip that you guys
Yeah.
went and you
We stayed in Intramuros. So if you ask me and you want to fully experience the Philippines, yeah, Cici, you have to talk about the stories of the place.
Intramuros. Yeah, I think Intramuros is a nice place to stay in because during that time we can see a lot of tourists, a lot of people who sell things. But during night time, I think if you want to walk alone, it's a bit eerie because it's all silence.
oh
Totally
but
nobody.
there are places to stay there, like hotels and all this.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
How-
the
but
buildings also. I think
uh,
a lot of place to say.
Yeah.
And then there are stories of hauntings, especially at the
for
basilicas,
sure.
because these have been around since the 1500s. Right? When the Spanish came, they brought Christianity with them. So they built a lot of basilicas, convents, those
Actually,
kinds of structures.
just hearing what y'all say, like reminded me of the Forbidden City in China. It's like at night, the place come to life, but not by human.
Yeah.
Like the wall, it could be like maybe not really haunting lah, but it could be the energy that is remained from centuries of hundreds of years of all this happening. Just
Not
imprint
keropok.
imprint on the walls itself. Yeah, but there was a story about Sonia getting pissed off by something. Or what happened?
soldier.
Sonia getting pissed off.
Yeah.
I could feel it. Like I said, it was a palpable
Uh-huh.
atmosphere there.
Okay.
Extreme sadness. Yeah, and then they had
With the suffering of the people.
yeah, and there was an effigy
A
of
Japanese
a Japanese soldier
soldier.
there.
Yeah.
But Chichi was saying about the eyes of the thing.
The
Let him tell
soldier.
you.
Of the soldier itself. Okay.
It's look like real human eyes.
Oh.
Oh,
All the
Oh.
people, the color.
Uh.
So when you
Oh.
kind of stare
did you
stare
touch it?
at the eyes itself, right? It like can refresh back
Looking at
to
you.
what they did.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, I was very angry.
Mm.
I half expected you to go, see, I took the eye.
And I'm eating it.
I'd be like, no. Oh my gosh. What
Okay,
is this?
Sonia, with this anger, right, you must go to Japan and splurge. and go and enjoy the whatever services they got.
I mean, times are different now, but what
Yeah, lah,
possesses
yeah.
people to perform such acts of cruelty upon their own kind? Right? It's like, where is your humanity? How do you do such things? Is there an innate evil in you that is happy and you're so willing to commit such torture and crime
Yeah.
against others? And you can't say that, oh, I'm just following orders.
They are.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can. It's horrible, but you can.
Yeah.
Oh, my boss told me to do it.
I mean,
Makes me feel better because I don't take responsibility for
I've
it.
seen movies about the other side of the story of imperial soldiers during the World War when they set themselves like against their own will, but the fate that if you go against the orders is much worse than your prisoners of war,
Correct.
that kind of thing. Yeah. So, I mean, nobody want like even if we don't talk about like the historical wars that we have seen with in our history books, like let's say for example the
Mm.
Ukraine war, how many accounts of Russian soldiers who are unwilling to go invade Ukraine, but and they are like young boys, no not
Unscripted.
much older than my son, that kind of thing, and they're forced just because of the the command of a selfish person or a person who are megalomaniac, that kind of thing. I mean,
That's why I say is sometimes people are scarier than ghosts.
oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. Joe have to agree, right? Joe.
This is right after my family. My wife and my daughter and my mother and my father and it's my whole family. They don't like me going to any of these places, but I tell them, I says, you know what? The things that have hurt me more in life have been human beings and not ghosts.
Mm,
So I would say that human beings have a greater capacity for violence and evil than a lot of the spiritual entities that we talk
Yep.
about.
that's for sure.
You know.
It
Yeah.
was very merciless if
So
you look at all the pictures and how Intramuros was bombed out. And so many of these structures no longer exist that were built in the 15th century that once stood on these spaces and they were so heavily bombed during airstrikes. The Japanese and then eventually the Americans coming in
My
to
goodness.
bomb the Japanese. So it's like it's you have two warring factions, but who are the ones that suffer? The people in the
People
middle.
inside.
The
Yeah.
yes.
yeah. And you know what, violence and violence and war and conflict, they're just an inescapable part of who we are as human beings. We've been doing it since the day that we crawled out of caves, and we will continue to do it. It's part of us. We'll just hope that as we grow as human beings, and like we like to think that we're evolved now, that we are able to kind of conquer our baser instincts and and move on a little bit. But I think human beings, yeah, you're just going to have human beings who are going to give into the more baser aspects of their personality.
We may never learn.
It's horrible. I don't think
No,
we ever will,
I don't
Sonia.
think we learn.
I don't think we ever will.
Like history.
In fact, there's a theory in evolutionary psychology where conflict is actually very necessary for the progression of technology, for the progression of medicines, and for the progression of human beings in general. Conflict, I'm not talking about violence per se, but inescapably, violence becomes a normal part of conflict. I think what we have to do is to try to minimize as much violence as we can. Conflict's inevitable, but violence is optional, I think.
And in like going to these places like Fort Santiago with all the records on all the historical information of how people suffer, and we're still repeating this history over and over again.
Mm,
It's
So
like we never
yeah,
learn. We never learn
yeah.
from history.
because of the selfishness of a few people lah, so a lot of people have to suffer.
Yeah. And you
See,
think about it, like we're talking about the paranormal and aliens, right? If you're an alien in a spacecraft hovering over Earth, would you come down? Very likely not, man. I wouldn't. You know, it's just like this. It's just you just think about it. Don't even talk about extraterrestrials. You go into a neighborhood, right, and there are 10 houses there. Three of those houses are, or four of those houses are fighting. Would you go into that neighborhood? You go, better not lah. We go and have some teh tarik, just go relax, lepak one corner, then later on we come and see. It's like half the world's in conflict. Yeah, fuck this. Let's go to Mars for a little while and let's hang out there for a little bit and just see what these humans do. I wouldn't come here.
But okay, this is really beyond what our podcast encompasses. But seriously, I'm not saying conspiracy theory lah, but during conflicts, during wars, a lot of people are benefiting, and these are the rich people who, yeah, I feel that there are background forces who are encouraging conflicts. The
of course,
people that are making firearms, the people who
the
are
defense sector.
they are professional.
You see,
shits,
the people who are giving the commands are not involved on the ground. They give a command
Correct.
from the top, right?
yeah,
It is the armies that go, but they are not affected.
No.
They're not on the ground.
No.
It is not their families that are in the middle of all these conflicts. They're far away,
Yeah.
safe. So of course, their decision making is not going to be, is my family at stake? No, it's not. It's random strangers that make up my army that I'm sending off to war. So if it doesn't affect them, why would they make any other decision?
got a feeling that
And you know, interestingly, Sonia, there's a theory out there amongst a lot of people in actually a lot of different religions that there are negative forces behind a lot of the conflicts in the world.
Because yes,
And I'm not saying this to take away the responsibility of human beings and the greed and all that. I'm not taking that away. Human beings are ultimately responsible, but there's this idea that there are very old entities around that are by their very nature very negative, and that they have a huge influence among the people who make the decisions
With
for
us.
these conflicts.
yes, because
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's entirely
because they have a
possible for
very
that.
big appetite for strife and they love when there is conflict because there's a great amount of energy and they
Yes.
feed off of that energy. Yes, I've heard of this. I've heard of this theory as
Yeah.
well. Even now, some people love drama, don't they?
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
right?
I don't love drama or gossip.
They suddenly come alive.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. What?
I mean, nothing wrong with a bit of drama here and there, but like war,
No, I'm just saying
war
in-
and conflict
in-
is like,
In
Well-
general,
Yeah.
but
there's a lot of that in the paranormal world, Cici?
Yes. Well, but coming back to Santiago, Fort Santiago and
Intramuros.
Intramuros, it's a good spot for dark tourism also.
I think so.
Yeah.
So you guys went.
I ever saw they do an article about doing dark tourism in that place in Manila also, but
Oh.
in Manila it's a
But-
theory-based kind of format.
But how?
Until now, they haven't started any dark tourism in Philippines yet.
We can start.
No, but the thing is,
Yes.
I mean, I I strongly believe like you need to have a lot of connections there to safeguard your safety, and that's my idea like, not in terms of physical safety but more of like there might be gangs who are like want to rule. If you like, even a dark tours, they want to get a bit of.
Yeah.
So if you all have intention of bringing people there, maybe start small scale first, or see how first. If it,
Okay, but
yeah,
the urbex scene, you know how we are always looking for urbex opportunities.
alright.
As we were walking around, there is no urbex opportunity
In
in,
Manila.
yes, and in Manila. Let me tell you why. A lot of these unoccupied and abandoned buildings have been hoarded up so well because there is a very big population of homeless. So to
Oh,
prevent the
okay.
homeless from taking up illegal residence in these abandoned structures, they have all been hoarded up very well. There is no way you can enter because every time we came across an abandoned building, and of course we will walk the perimeter looking for a way in, don't have. None. Where we were
And
able
look how
to,
angry Sonia is.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
anger
it's like
start brewing.
they thwarted every single attempt that we made to enter the building. So it's like, but having said that, the one place we did not expect to find the living
With it.
with the dead
Uh,
was the city cemetery. Now, the city cemetery had many mausoleums on the inside of it where they had family plots and like 6 or 7 that were buried in the family plots, quite sizable. And when you buy the whole plot, of course, you're going to make full use of it. Some of them had structures that were 2 stories
wow.
and they would live on top. So if you're going to buy property in Manila, I don't think it's that expensive to buy it in the cemetery. That's what they did. So you would have
Ooh.
entire community of people living in the cemetery.
I think
We saw children
I ever
playing
seen this before. Yeah,
basketball.
yeah, yeah. I seen.
They were, and then they've got little
So cool.
shops.
They play
So
basketball.
you, yeah. So it was quite an eye opener for me because we walked through it. We wanted to see it for ourselves.
And the
Jeez.
people in Philippines are generally Catholic, right? So
Yes, but
and
there are populations of other religions.
religious
It's
group.
just not as large as the Catholics lah.
I mean,
So it was
it's a
extremely
fascinating
interesting
place
walking
lah. It's a
through.
fascinating
Yeah.
city.
I loved it. I loved it. Unfortunately, there was one thing I did not like about it. Cici, you go ahead and say.
Huh? What?
Pee.
Huh? He
Yeah, there's a lot of people who just
be
pee
around.
anyhow. Yeah, even when
Oh.
Sonia walked beside only, they
Whoa.
just came down from the lorry, they just pee only. Then Sonia like,
Oh.
That's
Well,
like,
they just turn around the corner, just face the wall and pee.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the whole place was. It smelled of
Is it
so
because
whenever we
of
ammonia.
see whenever we see any puddle of water, we just jump over the
for
we
sure,
don't
for
step.
sure.
Don't want to step.
Don't
No,
touch.
but is it because of a lack of public
Like a
toilet, or
public, yeah, no amenities,
that's not good
great deal
also.
of lack.
Yeah.
And I think for
So
Intramuros also it's quite happening because they can
Huh.
just block their own lane to do their own Zumba dance.
Ah, on the street, on the
Oh, the
street they
street they
just
can
do.
just block it. That's a
Ah,
Intramuros had cobbled streets. These are the
ah, ah.
original cobbled streets.
Interesting.
Certain sections, of course, have
Ooh.
been tarred over because of the damage from the different wars, from the bombings. What they could preserve, they did. What they had to build over, that was also accomplished. Some of the older buildings that we managed to see was a basilica. There were some old walls that were left behind. But many of the people that live in there have illegal makeshift shanty style towns within Intramuros.
Wow.
So the kind that the municipal government can just come in and pull down at any time. So it makes it a very colorful area to be around and in.
But
and that's why I think
for
I liked it
tourists,
so
is it?
much.
I mean,
It's generally quite safe.
okay.
Just don't walk around by yourself, especially if you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love to have been here. I love to be longer, but I have to actually go. So I want to say my good nights to
Thank
Sonia,
you.
Cici, and
Hey,
KK,
Joe.
and to the
thanks
rest
for
of the
joining
Lights Out family.
us.
We will be on very shortly, but you guys have a great time, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you,
See you
Joe.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah. So, really
Yeah,
interesting, lah.
so very interesting. I would love to bring all of you there.
Yeah.
Sometime this year, actually, maybe.
But
How
to
about
stay in the
how?
Intramuros is very nice.
Yes,
Place.
Okay. Yeah.
very nice. And it's completely different. Daytime, nighttime, the vibes are different.
Totally different.
And some of the ghost stories and some of the legends are of Japanese soldiers
Oh.
walking the streets. There have been people that have seen
Uh, uh,
apparitions
uh.
walking the streets on the cobbled streets. Japanese soldiers marching, and so these are the kinds of things that completely interest us, right?
Yes. But you have
And so we did walk
opportunity
around.
to talk to locals, especially those who stay in the mausoleum and the cemetery. Like,
No,
yeah,
not
lah.
not really. Not
But
not
you,
really.
I mean, when you go there, it's like part of a tour, or you just happen to chance upon.
No, we just curate our own experiences. Like we knew what we wanted out of this recce because it's a recce trip.
Yeah, correct. Anywhere you went to, it's like take note lah, take note. You know, can
Yes.
shortlist for a future Parabex trip. Yeah.
Yes. And it's not that expensive to
Yeah.
go because the Filipino peso is one Sing dollar is about 40 to 42
Okay.
Filipino peso, and the
Average meal.
general standard of living is quite low, depending on where you go and how clean you want it. I would say for me, the Philippines is sort of like one level above India,
Uh,
but very close to Indonesia in terms of a standard.
but you're talking about Manila, lah, which is
I,
the
I,
capital city.
all. I mean, all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Gigi, how did you feel about Manila?
Was it the first trip for Gigi as well to Manila? Okay.
I
So,
think the urine part is all normal to me now.
I mean, was it as bad in
I
India as
didn't
well?
like it.
Like
So in
people.
India, what they do to discourage people from peeing in the walls is they have built many public toilets.
That's- yeah.
Unfortunately, many of these public toilets are chained up and locked. I don't know
Aiyo.
why. Okay,
So what's the
that's
point?
one. But yeah, then the second thing that they've done to discourage this nuisance behavior is they've painted gods, figures of gods and stuff, so that people wouldn't pee against those walls because it would be sacrilegious almost
Alright.
to do that, right? So
But-
they force that kind of respect. But it requires great change across society, a mindset shift.
Correct.
It hasn't reached certain communities, I think, and also because there's a great lack. There's nowhere to go pee. If you don't enter
yeah
a
lah,
restaurant
I mean-
or you don't go into a mall, then no facilities for you are. Then what do you
I
want them to
mean-
do? I don't blame them. I'm just saying that
yeah.
it was very yucky and smelly.
Yeah. I mean, when you roam, do what the. I mean, I'm not asking us to
No.
to do it. Just that to tolerate the. Yeah. I mean, when you have to go, you have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that it was a very eye-opening experience, and then to be in a place that has so much colonial history and to witness what we did. And because we saw the bullet holes in the walls, and many of the fort walls still have the spaces, the dungeons, you know, all those pieces. So it was very interesting to see. Yeah,
It's
some of the
It's like
armaments were still there.
you have like these relics of war still in a modern city. Whereas like you look at Singapore, it's like just having what we evidently see is just on the books, on newspaper report. I mean, there's no anything physical as evidence
No,
of.
like we have seen quite a lot things that are hidden from most. We have gone in search of and have usually found. So, but that's a different story.
Yeah lah. But I mean, in the sense that this is a whole, how you call it?
I would love I
Inner
would love to
city.
bring,
Yeah,
yes, more
yeah.
people to experience that.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Great. Thanks for
So that was,
sharing. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's been
So,
it's been quite an eventful last 2 months, December
and
and
if I'm not wrong,
January.
this is one of your checklists, right? Your birthday checklist. Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just minus the
So
Minus the sheep.
January,
the wheel
check.
shot. Then
Not 15 or 50.
of 50.
50.
50. Then coming up, you are planning to go Pakistan. It's also another of your checklist, right?
Yes. So yes, and then unfortunately, all of you are going to be roped in somehow, right? Because turning 50 is such a big deal for me that
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I'm just going to
accomplish
cook
a
you mee
mountain.
sua, as I already said. Okay, then. Yeah.
A mountain. I'm trying to get a mountain a month in.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
That's one.
So
And I also
February,
want
you are planning to go
February.
Sarawak again?
No, we're going back to the Philippines.
Oh, February, Philippines.
Yes.
What's the
Mount
mount?
Apo. Mount
Mount
Apo
Apo.
in Davao. Yes.
Okay.
So that's one more. So then February also tick. And then in
Cool.
March, I'm headed to Mulu. I'm going back to
That's
Sarawak.
Sarawak.
Yes,
Was
that's in
it
Mulu.
the one that you wanted to climb? That one?
Yes, I wanted to
Yeah.
go while we were last in Sarawak, but
Yeah.
no, that's Santubong. Santubong is a
Oh,
different
that's
one.
Santubong.
But
Okay.
that's Santubong. But
Mulu is the
Mulu,
one.
the pinnacles.
Uh,
So I wanted to do that as well, but I didn't have enough time and nobody wanted to go with me. Unfortunately, Cici cannot make it for the March one. He's going to be, it's a very busy period at work for him.
of course. Yeah. Then-
So
oh, but
yeah,
that's
so there are many trips coming
Yeah.
up. And if anybody wants to join me, ask about it. I have a Telegram. We have a Telegram group. The
Telegram, yeah.
Wanderers have a Telegram group where it's all really organized. Each trip has its own folder. Go ahead, ask the questions, and anyone's welcome to come with. So celebrate this big year for me.
This one,
No, not just me. Swah.
I will do for
There's
you.
so much that I want to do.
The yellow fragrant rice. I will do for you.
No.
Eggs.
But I think it's shaping up to be quite spectacular, lah. The way that you set up. I mean, once a month but depends on But from what I see, it's all the very short kind of climb. So it's possible.
Short, so more
Yeah.
people can come. I'm trying to plan them over the weekends and then over all the holidays over the year, so you don't have to take so much leave.
Yeah.
But hey, you see?
Yeah.
So yes, so there are plans and many plans. Pakistan has been pushed to October.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll see what I can slot in for. I'm thinking of Mount Agong in Bali in April.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be something interesting also. Well,
Yes.
we are nearing 2 hours, but this is, as I
Yeah.
mentioned, this is a bumper kind of episode. But before we go, let's do a short news segment because I think there's one that I think I want to not say share, just educate people. Give me a minute.
Oh, before you go, one of the reasons why I've embraced turning 50 with such energy is because the life expectancy of people these days with medical advancements, and all of that is we don't have a lot of time. Life is so short.
Yeah.
And if general expectancy is up into our 70s, then turning 50, which gives me only 20 plus years. And I don't know when all these body parts are going to give out on me, right? Because the
Yes,
older
yeah.
you get, then everything wears out and you're not going to be so strong anymore. So I kind of feel like I'm in a rush to
Yeah.
get as many experiences in.
Correct.
And
I
then of
think,
late,
yeah.
I've lost friends that have suddenly just
Mm.
passed away. And then you hear of very healthy people just
Collapse.
dropping. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel as if, oh my God, these are all signs.
I
Signs that,
I'm also start to doubt how healthy, I mean, for us who in our professional life we have the opportunity to do regular checkup, but there's still a lot of things you won't know. So generally, first of all, take care of your own health lah. Before with the
yeah,
health, then you can start to go and then if within your capability, if you can go for you want to do like Sonia, you want to have some I won't call it bucket list, but something you want to accomplish within.
don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't wait. But what I'm saying is that don't wait. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do that next year or I'm going to do that the following year. I still have time. Guess what? You may not. And you can't tell. You may outwardly look fine. Like I feel perfectly healthy. I go for my health checks. But guess what? I may not wake up one day. So that's kind of the reason why I'm embracing this year with even more
Yeah.
enthusiasm. Like
I think it's very
I'm
positive,
not
very
gonna
good.
wait.
I
Yeah, so
hope you don't think that I'm laughing at you, but because as I always say, I'm living vicariously through you. So I'm very encouraged by what you have been doing and hope to see. Yeah, I'll be joining lah certain things, but lah, there's some
yeah, then
limits.
it's will later when you and later when you arrange it, right? I don't know which side I'm supposed to be pointing,
Uh huh.
but wherever it is that Chichi is,
Uh huh. Yeah. Then.
yeah. He said, you know what he said? He said he wants to retire.
Mm-hmm. From work or from
Why
what?
not hiking?
From climbing.
Mm. You should tell the story on Pulag.
All right. Yeah. So let's go into some news. The first one, I don't know you guys know this lady from Taiwan. Her name is
Barbie.
Barbie Sue. She's a famous
Yeah.
actress, singer, celebrity host. So through her death, something really struck me. Okay, firstly is with the we were talking about health, right? Her
Mm.
death was really like very monumental to people in the entire Asia, but also aware of the thing about influenza A. Okay, during the Chinese New Year period, my second child, he actually contracted influenza A. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean we didn't get vaccinated because we were afraid that he might have some after effects of the vaccination. So, but we don't know how he got it, but he got it. But fortunately, it's just more of like fever and some respiratory kind of. So, how deadly this influenza is that the whole family got the influenza A. So it affected our Chinese New Year a bit, but
I see.
yeah, generally we are still okay. Some my parents they all are still recovering from the cough. So, but in this case with Barbie, she the name is weird. Okay,
Barbie.
she Barbie. So she and her family went.
Barbie.
Yeah, she went to Japan, and you know how cold Japan is, lah. This yeah
Yes, I was just
February.
there in
Yeah,
December.
yeah, February is even worse in certain part of so and she contracted influenza A, and during the and because this kind of the symptoms get worse when you go to temperate countries. So what happened to her is that she contracted respiratory failure, lungs failure, and whatever.
Pneumonia, right? She had
Yeah,
pneumonia.
pneumonia. So, but the worst thing is that the family tried to call for ambulance 4 times, and the Japanese healthcare system they don't allow her to be admitted to A&E, which I was really taken back because we cannot blame them because that's their
Protocol.
SOP, their procedures. Because for them, I mean, you guys been to Japan. Luckily, nothing major happened. But if you have to admit to a local clinic first. Then the clinic will call for ambulance to the hospital, which to me is like, oh my goodness. And if with language barrier or whatever, sometimes you don't have time to wait. In this case, she didn't have the time to wait.
So she succumbed to
Yeah.
pneumonia, right?
So
So pneumonia is very scary because your lungs filled with water,
yes,
your own body secretions, you drown
Yeah.
in your own fluid. That's
right.
so
And it
sad.
can in a matter of minutes or whatever. But the thing is that we just maybe I think just because our podcast is about traveling, right? So
Yeah.
wherever you go, get vaccinated lah. In the
So
past,
I do encourage everybody to purchase travel insurance
yes,
and especially for the climbs. And it has to be up to a certain elevation as well as
yeah,
the provision of heli evac. Because if you need to get off the mountain quickly, you need to be evacuated by helicopter. But
correct.
having said that, there are also travel vaccinations that are vital. Like if you're going into a cold area, your GP will tell you to get an influenza
Alright, yeah,
shot.
yeah. So that's in the. I mean, her tragic death didn't leave. She left a legacy because people now start to have aware. Hopefully, it's a long lasting kind of thing. So if you're maybe end of the year you are going to somewhere temperate or whatever, because usually this influenza period is also at this period of time lah, near winter period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's during winter time. Yeah,
So get yourself vaccinated, where the whole family and kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So what we do is we try to minimize the risk. What we're doing is you cannot eradicate the risk completely, but what you can do is mitigate it
yes.
by taking several actions,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Like looking after your health,
Yeah, I mean,
small things.
in her case, is that she physically wasn't that fit. I mean, not fit. She's not that pink of health. She's not under a pink of health herself, lah. So there's some caveat with her case. Okay, the next article there was
Aiyo.
this guy. He's a China international, a Chinese national. He went to Thailand and Myanmar. So so he fell into the bottom of 12-meter deep well in a
That's
village.
deep. What was he doing? As in, like just walking and then suddenly fell in.
I suppose lah. So, but if it's a well, you will see the structure of the well on the ground. So
Sometimes there is no surrounding retaining wall or anything. Sometimes don't have.
could be some kind of like maybe they try to be funny or whatever. So in this case, he got stuck in the well, and when he cried for help, people thought it's ghost willing. But he said that.
Oh yeah, sorry lah.
So he managed to get rescued after 3 days, and he said he managed to conserve energy, even though that I think he will be able to drink the well water lah. So it's basically
Yeah, but it's funny though because in it says that he spent 3 nights at the bottom of the well with no food or water. What are they talking about? He's surrounded by water. What?
I
You
mean,
can just-
in the sense that no potable water, but then well is supposed to be able. I don't know, maybe not that clean, I suppose. It's
Wow, look at that well.
yeah, it's quite deep, 12-meter, all cemented. So I really don't know how
God,
he.
it looks like it has a wall. It looks like
it
it has
has a
a
wall.
wall, a surrounding wall.
So could be. I mean, we would suspect maybe it could be something some hantu lure him in or something lah. So this.
Yeah, because the hantu want to go on vacation, so they needed somebody else to make the wailing sounds.
So this
It was
happened.
him.
This happened in December in 2024, just last month. Oh,
I'm glad he's rescued and he's safe now.
yeah, thank goodness. But I don't know you guys know that, but recently in Thailand and Vietnam and that part, Myanmar especially, a lot of Chinese national now traveling to Thailand. There are afraid that they are being kidnapped by scamming organization.
Yeah.
So there are
People,
big
people
scamming,
trafficking,
human trafficking. So there
trafficking.
are
Yes.
this big organization in Myanmar that they purposely scam people in China. So very scary lah. That's what I heard of. I didn't know about this until I heard it recently, and it's a legit. That targeting a lot of Chinese national.
That's why we say, right? Try not to travel alone. Let somebody else know your
In
whereabouts.
a group lah.
All the basic safety things.
Yeah. Okay, the last one. This is a man in Taiwan. He dies unfortunately because the family suffocated him during an exorcism ritual. So it happened in 2023. So the family is not that well educated.
Dear.
So
Yeah, because the mother put her hand down his
yeah,
throat
the
to try
spirit.
and pull the ghost out. Oh
So
dear.
it's performed by the parents and younger brother. So they're holding him down. The mother go and stretch. So of course, what do you think? The guy, the whole hand just go in. Then so what happened is that after a year, then the family got sentenced. I think in jail lah. But it's still sad lah because it's done by their own family. So the mother was sentenced to 3 years, 6 months. But it said that they might not be that mentally well.
Sound, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to blame afflictions on what you don't understand and what you can't see. To me, it's like such a scapegoat
Yeah.
thing. Something you
So-
cannot explain, then everything becomes about the hantu.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of things you need to consult a lot of expert. Of course, from our side, it's like sometimes it's also good to have some religious help if for like a spiritual support more than anything else, right? Nothing too
Yeah,
extreme.
for me, it's always going to be logic and science first, and then if we cannot explain any of these things away, then we go into
Yeah.
the other realm. But I wish more people would be willing to embrace that. It's like not everything has to be about the hantu. The boy could have been sick with something else. He could have had some sort of a disorder. He could
Yeah.
have had some sort of a mental affliction. But such an unfortunate
Yeah.
loss of life.
Correct. And it's done by the family, and I think they believe what they have done is not wrong. So I don't know. Well, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much. Thank you to Joe. Thank you, Cici and Sonia for. So as we said, we have a Telegram group. We have events coming up, climbs, and so the Parabex will end the season in February. Then 2 months of the
Yes.
fasting, then Puasa, then we'll
We got
reconvene.
training every Saturday.
Yes, we have training. Even like after tomorrow, after this recording tomorrow, we will be going for a walk at Mandai area. Then they all Loka and friends have CrossFit exercise at not very sorry
McPherson.
McPherson. Yeah. So every Thursday
Yes,
evening.
and that's every Thursday. So, we have a whole host of activities
Yeah.
and a whole host of events that have been lined up for the year. So, if you'd like to partake in any of them, just reach out to any one of us or
Okay.
join our Telegram group.
Yeah, that's first and foremost where you get updated with all the events. If not, join Sonia and Cici on their social media handlers. Yeah. Okay, so at the end, don't be square. Get out there. Yeah. Get vaccinated.
I can't.
Cici.
You can see me. Hey, you can't see me, but
Me,
I
but
can
can
see
see
you.
you. Yeah, especially if you
Mm,
become the pocong.
I want to know where he got the coconuts from. How come
Yeah.
suddenly got coconuts on? Got props.
Got water. Is it still drinkable? Sonia?
A favorite spot.
Where's that?
Oh.
You all see, I'm back to using my halo.
Yeah. So Sonia.
Well, if you're not here with us, then join us next time as we get out.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Happy
night.
Take
Valentine.
care.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you.